wines. So, because the one he wants got left at school. So
Right.
he wakes up and then he can see it's not the one he wants. And then he's just pissed about it for the rest of the morning and won't drink water because that's him.
Yeah.
And then
fucking.
yeah. Cause obviously I know it's like the one thing that fucking toddlers can control. And so I get, that's why they get weird about like weird shit and he can't communicate.
But they can't even control that shit. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's,
So like he wants
unless
this,
you're Thea, which point you control the world. Like the entire fucking world bends to your will.
So he wants the, and it's not even, I've come to realize he wants the green top to the Contigo water bottle. Like that's what he wants. And
yeah, because that's the thing with the mouthfeel.
Yeah. Well, we bought the same one. So he's specific to that color.
Okay.
And he'll get pissed about it. But he'll use it at night. He used the Contigo because he couldn't see what color it was. So he was just using it. So then he was just pissed, and then we had this whole thing with Sarah. We were running around and this whole thing that happened this morning.
Yeah.
And so he just was like, just not in a good mood.
Okay.
And then we got to daycare, and then he was sad at daycare, and we got his water bottle, and he like took it. He was still kind of sad.
Oh, poor little guy.
So he's just really fucking stubborn. He's just stubborn.
Yeah.
He's just stubborn.
It happens.
He's just stubborn. You know, like when you listen to like the other parenting podcast we both listen to, and one of the hosts talks about her two sons. She talks about the one being that's Miles. I was like, oh yeah, that's what I have. That's what I have. Great. So it's gonna be till he's 6. Fantastic.
Or until he's 16 or 26.
Oh,
Just like my parents. I don't know. They're still waiting.
I know. He's not.
Or they'll just one day wake up and like, I'm gonna resent you now.
Yeah. Well, this was the funny thing. We were at school, and your wife was like, if he wasn't normal in every other way, I think he has an issue. I was like, I know, right? If in every other way he wasn't a fucking normal kid, that's how stubborn he is. That's how stubborn he is.
All right, you want to get started?
Yes.
All right. Hey everybody, welcome to Dumb Dads. I'm Chris.
I'm Nick.
And this is episode 45 for January 11th, 2019. I think it's been a month since we recorded last.
Yes, because you had some personal stuff happen, and then I left for the holidays.
Yeah, I think did I get sick? Was it family?
It was family.
Family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happened. That was a thing.
Because we were going to record, then we had to put away time just in case you had to travel.
Yeah.
And then I did travel, so
and then you left the next week, so we didn't get all those. Like usually we spend a week like banking episodes for the holiday,
which didn't happen.
My wife's grandfather passed away, and so we were expecting to have to like make a quick trip out to Arizona, and that didn't happen.
And by the time we knew that, it was already like
it was Thursday. It was the day we record. It's like, okay, whoops.
Yeah. And then we left. I think then we left that following Friday.
Yeah. So, in short, we're really sorry we missed a bunch of episodes there. We're really sorry we kind of missed out on all those holiday episodes.
It's Christmas break.
Yeah, it was our Christmas break time. It was our usual holiday time off where we travel and see family. And so we're back to recording, and we're going to try and do as much as we can to get back on track. But that being said, it's a new year, new decisions are being made. And one of the first ones is actually the first thing we're doing is we're going to try and make up some of the crap we missed.
Yeah.
So we didn't do all of the holiday episodes, the Ho Ho Hullabaloo. Is that what we called it? The Ho Ho Holiday Hullabaloo?
I don't know. You make all that.
I think it was Ho Ho Holiday. Ho Ho Holiday. I don't remember. It was the Christmas movie episodes. Yeah. And so we're gonna do one special one, and we're just gonna let the other one go. So what we're gonna do, if you're listening to this now, hopefully it's already released, but we're going to do a commentary track for the Star Wars Holiday Special. This was the one that the viewers chose, that our listeners voted with an astounding victory.
Yeah, it was pretty much a landslide in that.
Yeah, I was expecting like the ridiculous Santa versus the Martians to win, and it was just like, oh, there's something Star Wars. Boom, everybody.
Yeah, everyone voted for it, which, I mean, because those who had seen it know how epically bad it really is, which I think is exactly why one person voted for it, to force me to have to watch. Which I did. I watched that one.
I have not.
Great.
I started it. I think I've seen the first like half hour or so. So unfortunately, the thing that is the most terrible, I've already had spoiled. So you're not going to get my, like, we'll get there. The point is, we're going to do that one in El Camino Christmas. I watched, you didn't, so we're not going to have a conversation about that.
Yeah, not that one.
Maybe we'll do that one next year, because I think you'll actually enjoy that one.
I think I will too, and I said that going in, that I thought that would be the one that I would most enjoy of the Christmas movies, though I did watch The Christmas Chronicles again with my wife.
Did you really?
She loved it. She's like, "This movie's awesome."
Oh yeah, I'm sure she did.
Oh man, she was all about it.
Oh, that was terrible.
I was like, "Yeah, Kurt Russell."
That was a really good, terrible one.
Oh, I had to watch it twice. I watched the movie twice.
So anyway, if you haven't already seen it, go back and check your feed or the website or wherever you get our podcast and check and look for it. We're gonna try and sync up to a YouTube video version of it, whichever one we find first. We'll try and make it. Find that. We'll try and let you know how it's gonna work there.
Yep.
So that being said, we are going to move into our usual episode where I think we're just going to catch up today. Like, it's just going to be a bullshit catch up with, like, we literally haven't seen each other since you got back.
Yeah.
So it's been about a month since I've seen you in general.
No, it's been just craziness.
So usually this is the point where we like have our adventures in dadding, but really, like, let's just dive into it. Like, what's been going on for you, man? I haven't seen you. So
I mean,
how you been?
We traveled, we were gone for 10 days for the holidays and we traveled. And that was an adventure, to say the least. Time home was good. The car ride there was a lot rougher this time around because Miles didn't sleep. So much so he was up till 2 a.m. on the first day.
So this has been an ongoing theme for us and our like seeing how we do our traveling. So let's talk about that for a little bit. What was your strategy this year?
Our strategy was similar to what we did last year. We left his daycare at 4, and then we're gonna drive late into the night, and then that way he'd fall asleep in the car. But the problem was he didn't nap at daycare, so he took his nap in the car from 4 to 8 p.m. and then was up, and we're like, all right, that's fine. He'll fall asleep at like 10. He just didn't sleep.
Sure.
But we did do that worked until he just hit the point of so tired that there's no comforting or curtailing in the car, and we had to stop, which was about 2 a.m. We loaded up an iPad with a bunch of movies and strapped to the back of the seat. That worked really well for like the first 5 hours.
Oh man, Thea has gotten so my mother came. So my parents came for the holidays, all that good stuff. My mother got Thea addicted to an iPad hard.
Do you guys have an iPad?
No, we have tablets. We have like crappy old Kindles that barely work anymore.
But you don't have an iPad.
No.
Okay.
But my mom, she came, she had DirecTV. She had something on her phone with videos, and I guess Thea stayed with them for a night at their hotel. And I guess the entire night they just watched The Grinch and Frosty's Winter Wonderland or something.
Miles too.
Oh man, she just was obsessed with that thing. They watched movies. My mom would play games with her. So my daughter's also now obsessed with games, with video games.
I luckily have not hit that point yet.
Oh my god, there's a little part of me who was like, oh, thank God.
It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
It wasn't. Oh, well, I'll save that for my recommendation.
Okay. Fair enough.
But yeah, that was totally a thing that happened.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, listen, it worked, but I'm 100% at this point now convinced that doing that drive in one day would be the worst possible fucking idea I could ever make.
Yeah.
Because splitting it into 2 days, the second day wasn't nearly as bad, but the movies only entertained him for so long. And we had crayons, we had books, and it only at some point he just doesn't want to be in the seat anymore. And once you get them out of the seat,
they don't want to go back.
They don't go back in. Yeah. We stopped at McDonald's and I think he ran around the McDonald's in a circle for 25 minutes and then sat down and ate some French fries.
Yeah, that's the hard thing. I remember did your family take trips growing up like this?
We only did one really long trip and we did it in a day. It was a day. The way back we stopped because I think I got burned out. Whew, man.
Yeah, my family, I remember, used to take 2-week long vacations growing up, and we drove all of them. We drove to North Dakota. We drove, my dad and I drove to Colorado.
I knew that one.
And we would take yearly trips like this, typically. I think they were probably closer to week-long trips, but they felt like they were 2 weeks. Either way, we would drive all of them. And so I think we would probably drive for 5 or 6 hours a day, stop somewhere and then do it like that.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to understand why. Because even then I remember being miserable in that car. But I also wasn't allowed to have I wasn't allowed to have we didn't have movies, but I wasn't allowed to have a Game Boy. I wasn't allowed to have
technology.
the sound on my bleep 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 games. Yeah. My little 2-button games that they used to have. I really wasn't allowed to have a lot, so it was just me either sleeping in the back seat or looking out the window, and I got bored.
Yeah, and here's the thing: having the movies helped. It really did. It was my brother was right. He's that saved us, but the other thing, and it's a toddler, so then he wanted us to start switching between movies, and then because at that point he's just trying to like
do something,
and he didn't want to sleep because he's just not sleeping a lot right now.
Right.
So that was rough. So I think Sarah and I kind of, for whenever we have to do this again, are just gonna say fuck the leaving at night. Like we're just gonna leave at a normal time and drive during the day, and then just stop at a decent hour and sleep. Because like if he's gonna be miserable in the car, no matter which way you do it, you might as well make the drive. Like,
and maybe then he can be entertained. Yeah, like maybe you can entertain him and he'll be more sane and like not miserable, like just trying to fight the nap or whatever.
Totally. And so I think that's just that's where we came to it. And then we'll do the same thing. We brought a mobile hotspot with us so we could like use Netflix for him.
That's smart.
Yeah. That was great. I think you have a limit. You have a limit to how long you can push your kids in the car.
All right. So just to recap, this time through, you tried the overnight drive split, like stop for an hour or two to sleep and keep going thing. Didn't work. Had the technology, had the stuff.
That worked. But...
All right. All right. Well, that's a good update. What happened on the way back? Just out of curiosity.
The same thing.
Same thing. We don't have to go into detail, but same basic thing.
Same thing. We left earlier, and that helped because then we got to stop earlier. And then the second day wasn't nearly as bad.
Okay.
The way back was easier than the way there.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
But he still didn't nap because why would you nap?
Yeah.
Why would you nap, Chris?
I love naps.
So do I.
Thea is okay with naps, but then I don't know. So
how was your holiday?
My holiday was great. My holiday is weird. No, my holiday was great. There was all right. So my parents came out. We were originally supposed to go out there to visit, and like my mom had started to get the house like super Christmassy.
Yeah,
like she doesn't do Christmas the way she used to when I was a kid, but she was going like further than when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Which means like there was going to be a Christmas decoration on every table, every like shelf, everything. And it was going to have a Christmas doily and a Christmas blanket and like a little bit of Christmas paint or something on. Like she was going hard. And then like a week after I said that, everybody quit my wife's job, so she was left in the lurch, and she kind of had to like pick up.
Too.
Yeah,
all about that.
Yeah, so we decided early we weren't able to go, and then with the death in the family and everything, we weren't sure if we were even going to be able to celebrate Christmas. And in the end, like everything kind of worked out for them to come out here. So they came out here and had a great time. Thea was ecstatic to see them. Like she was hardcore ecstatic. Like she's still asking, like, "Where's Grandma and Grandpa? Can I Skype with Grandma and Grandpa? When are they coming back?" They had a really, really good time.
Awesome.
And like the only issue with Christmas this year, was, so for the first time ever, like my wife and I have had a little bit extra money for various reasons. And so we decided we were going to spoil the kid this year. Like we weren't going to spend a fortune, but we were going to buy more gifts than before because she's able to open up presents and she's enjoying it. And so we were going to like, okay, we're going to buy a couple extra things that we normally would. And we were going to put them under the tree, like clothes, stuff that she needs anyway. Like we didn't get her a whole lot of toys. We got her a whole lot of stuff that she needed and just put it under the Christmas tree, like my family always did. And so by the time I finished wrapping my presents for her and for Thea, underneath the Christmas tree was pretty much full.
Yeah.
And then my wife had to wrap her presents, and so then it was really full. And then my parents came, and my parents, like, my mom, quote, scaled back. But even with that, she had my presents, my wife's presents, the kids' presents, which there was obviously no scaling back for, and then both of their presents. And then they also had all the presents from the extended family back in Illinois that they sent with my parents.
Yeah.
So our entire, like, the tree was packed, and then the entire like dining room area where we have the tree was packed. We literally couldn't walk from the kitchen through the dining room into the living room without having to like climb over presents.
Oh my God, that's so much stuff.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
And so Christmas morning comes, and like Erin, like all of the adults are ecstatic. Like, oh my God, it's going to be so fun. The kid's going to get to unwrap her presents. And we had Santa out. Like we've started a tradition where her first Christmas, I got her like a giant, like 5-foot stuffed monkey. So every year, like the monkey protects the Christmas presents from Santa. And so I had that out, and it was like really cutely decorated, where like the monkey was holding the presents in his lap, and the stock. Oh, it was perfect. Everything was great. And so Thea gets up and she comes out, and we start unwrapping presents, and we finish the stocking, and she's like, "Okay, I want to play with my presents now." No, Thea, look, all these presents. We get to open these finally. And so she opened her first present, and it was like a sticker book or something. Like something simple, right?
Yeah.
But something that she likes. So we opened up the sticker book, and she looked at it. I was like, open? Open. And no, we have to it's here. Open this one now. It's just like her world was ripped away from her.
Yeah.
And we realized all in 1 second, like, oh, she's still too young to enjoy. Like, she can do it now, but she's still too young to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so we literally had to unwrap presents for 12 hours because every other present was like, oh, I really enjoy this one, but why can I not play with it? No, Thea, come on, you have to unwrap this present. Here, Thea, yay, let's unwrap this present. Okay, Grandma, why don't you unwrap a present? And then, of course, the grandparents want to like get their pictures for the presents that they gave, and so it's like, here, Thea, hold it up. She's a toddler. She doesn't hold up things for a picture. She plays with things or throws the things. It's like, oh, here, Thea, do you want to help me? Here, Thea, help me unwrap. Like, oh, Mom, we have like like 2 trees worth of presents over there left to unwrap. Let's get through this. Like, oh no, Thea, here, rip it. Like, oh, deep breath. It's okay. This is the thing we're doing today. This is Christmas. We're into. Okay, it's 2:00. I should really start making breakfast now.
It's so crazy.
So like I said, we started at probably 8 a.m. and we finished at 8 p.m.
Holy shit, dude.
And like, don't get me wrong, like we took breaks, like we ate breakfast, like we have Christmas breakfast instead of brunch, I should say, instead of dinner. But like we took brunch breaks, we took a nap break, which is, for the record, when the adults open up their presents. That was like a thing. Like Christmas Day was like never again. Like, okay, I've learned my lesson. You don't go overboard right now because the kid just isn't interested enough. Like, she wants to play with her toys. The opening just isn't ready. No.
Yeah,
it was a terrible idea.
That's kind of what Sarah and I did. Because we kind of knew going in that. I mean, we just financially couldn't do that.
Sure.
And so we knew, like, we kind of knew what he was getting from his family, but then we also knew that, like, this is the year, like, just that same thing. Like, he's gonna open a couple things, and those are gonna be the things he likes.
Yeah.
And that was what happened.
And see, we decided usually we both get the presents together, and then like she has those, and so we decided this year, like, okay, I was gonna buy presents for Thea, and then Aaron was gonna buy presents, and that way there were presents she opened that the other person didn't know what they were going to be. So it would be like, oh, that's such a cute idea. Yeah, but that meant there were twice the presents from Mom and Dad. And that was a terrible idea.
Yeah, I made a list. Pretty much what I did. And it basically was like, I'm going to let my family get that. And he got pretty much the things we made the list for, but also...
That's good.
Yeah, we ran a problem, like, I just didn't know what to get him. I mean, to be honest, because, like, again... Because the clothes stuff we just buy him clothes. I mean, like, that's like one of the things that we'll go out and be like, oh, clothes.
Yeah, same here.
And so, toy-wise, we were kind of like... Because he's not really... He likes animals and music. And that's kind of what he's into. So he has because his birthday's in November. So we got him those things for his birthday. But yeah, that was a weird. But same thing. My brother said, like, listen, he's not gonna care. And sure enough, he's right. Like he cared in terms of like, oh, this one thing's cool.
Yeah, like it was fun to open up the first 2 or 3 presents, and then after that,
he didn't even get into that.
Oh, really?
No, all he wanted to do was listen to music.
See, Thea really enjoyed like the attention at first, and then after a while, I was like, okay, there are cool things here now. I would like to play with the cool things.
Maybe that was it. Is he still? I mean, we had more kids there, so maybe that's part where like all the attention wasn't just on Miles. I don't know. He just presents weren't really. He was like, all right, it's cool, whatever. Like watch The Grinch. I was like, all right.
How was the rest of your trip?
Good. We just hung out with family. I mean, to be honest, like that's what we were with my brother and sister-in-law for most of it. Hung out with them. Like it had a lot of cousin time, which was fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like Miles is in love with Caitlin and Daniel. I mean, just like
that's great. That's really great.
Yeah, it was great for us.
And they're good with him, I assume.
Oh yeah, we got a break, which is nice because we could kind of be like, all right, And then we visit my mom and my dad, and he was, and he loves my mom. Like that took it took my mom like 5 minutes, and he was like, "Oh, okay, you're cool."
Yeah.
And then we drove back, so it was a good trip. 10 days was like the right like.
God, 10 days.
Well, 2 of it's travel.
4 of it or 2 of it?
4 of it. 4 of it's
travel. 4 of it's travel. So that's not bad. So that's 6 days. That's still a long trip.
Yeah, we were with Clint Maggie for like 3.5, and then my parents for 3.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was good. It was good to go home. It was good to get out of the city. I was definitely happy to be back, though. It's the first time like I've been where I've left and been like, okay, I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
So,
did you guys do anything exciting when you had alone time?
We went out. Okay. Drinks. I mean, that's pretty much like. I got drinks. My brother and I saw Aquaman. That was like the big thing.
Oh, that's cool. How was that, by the way?
Yeah, I mean, you'll hate it, but
okay, that sounds right.
It's Thor.
Is it? Will I hate it because I hate everything, or will I hate it because it's a bad movie?
You'll hate it because you hate everything.
Okay, that's fair. So I have to go see it then.
Yeah, it's visually stunning. It is visually fucking incredible.
Okay.
Maybe you will like it. I don't know. It's one of those movies you either love it or you hate it. I don't think there's gonna be a lot of in between to be like, it was okay. Like it's fun. It's really fun.
Okay. Fair enough.
Jason Momoa is kind of like Nicolas Cage. I've come to that conclusion.
Oh, that's awful.
Or is it amazing?
No, it's just awful.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a love it or hate it movie.
Okay.
But visually it's cool. Visually it's really, really cool.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like we went to like when my parents were here, we went to the aquarium, which in and of itself isn't a special thing, right? Like we always go to the aquarium.
Yeah, but it's still special for your kid.
Honestly, we need to just get a membership to the aquarium because we go so freaking often.
It's so long of a drive, though.
Yeah, but we do it. Yeah. It's really not that long when you think about it. It's like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
it takes me an hour to get to work every day.
I guess that's true.
And so I don't know, like it was a lot of fun. More for I think my parents than anything else, because for them it was getting to see Thea do something that she really enjoys, and they don't get to do that.
Yeah,
like my mom is, like, not to go into too much detail, but she has some physical problems these days, and so she doesn't get to move around as much as I think she would like to.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's hard for her to like, okay, let's do a thing with Thea to whatever. And so, like, even leading up to it, there was kind of some questions of whether or not she'd be able to make it through the aquarium and whether or not we would go or if we'd find something else. But so for the most part, our trip was sitting around the house, talking, catching up, and watching Thea be happy with Grandma and Grandpa.
Yeah.
But getting to go to the aquarium, which she loves, like, they got to see her, like, get really excited about this fish and that fish. And, Thea is still small enough, just barely, but just still small enough that she can like get up on the ledge of the aquarium tanks and like stare in and stand up and,
on
like,
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so like that was really fun for them. And like my dad got to carry her a bit and like got to hold her up on those. And even when she started to get tired and cranky, she still like my dad got to like, okay, it's going to be okay. We're going to get through that. He got to kind of be a father again for a bit. And so that was really good. It was really good for them to get to like have that bonding experience with the
very cool. How your mom did okay with walking around it? And
yeah, she did. There was a point where we were going to go see the hippos.
Yeah.
And like there's a little bit of a walk around the hippo enclosure because you
see them above and from below. It's set up really cool way.
And so once you go through the hippo enclosure, you have two options. Either you go back and you hang out in the cafeteria area, or you keep going through the sharks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there's really no other option. Like you either go forward and get out the other end, or you turn around.
Yeah.
And so my mom turned around and she went back to the cafeteria to grab like a drink or something and like take a break. And my dad and I took Thea through the shark enclosure.
Yeah.
And so Thea had a lot of fun, like looking at the sharks and the jellyfish. And like at that point, I think she was getting tired and she wanted daddy.
Yeah.
But like we got through it all, and Scuba Santa, oh my god, my daughter loves Scuba Santa.
Santa, or is he gone now?
He's gone now.
Okay.
I think he left December 27th or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. The point is, Scuba Santa was still there. My daughter hates Santa. We did not leave cookies and a carrot for Santa, even though we have like 5 plates that are for like cookies for Santa.
Yeah.
Because we were like getting ready to pull out the cookies and everything, and like how many cookies I have. There were options.
Mm-hmm.
But we were getting ready. Thea's just like, no Santa Claus. I don't want Santa to come. No Santa to come. I'm like, no, but Santa's going to leave you presents. I don't want Santa to come. She was just like, I think she finally put together like, oh, Santa's going to come in this house. And I don't like Santa. Santa scares me. And so I don't want Santa to come into this house where I live. So no, we're not leaving. Yeah. So like, all right, fine. No cookies for Santa. I get the monkey gave you the Christmas presents.
It's from the monkey.
I think we actually just said like, Mom and Dad got you these. Like Mom and Dad got you these. Like whatever. Like if this is like our chance for Santa and you don't believe in Santa, so be it. I really don't care about Santa. I care about the love and happiness of being together. Point is, the reason I went down the Santa hole. Is because she adores fucking Scuba Santa, because I think it's the right kind of Santa where there's a glass impenetrable wall between you and Santa Claus, and it's in there with the fish and the turtles. So when it came time for Scuba Santa, like Scuba Santa arrived like 10 minutes early, and so nobody had really gotten there, but we had gotten there early so that Thea could get a good spot. So it was like Thea, Scuba Santa, and like 3 or 4 other kids, and I had grabbed some water or something because Thea said she wanted some, and so it was just my dad, my mom, and Scuba Santa. And so when I walked up, I saw them up there, and I was just like, I'm going to hang back.
Yeah.
And there was just like the most wonderful, magical experience, especially for my dad, who got to hold Thea. And he got to like really like see her excited and in awe and like amazed at this experience. And so it was a really good moment nice. For my family.
Yeah. I mean, that's really cool. I think that's funny. It was really interesting being home and watching grandparents interact. And again, my parents, like, it's their...
like 18th.
Yeah. I mean, they've had a lot of grandkids, but like it's fun to
carry the 5. Well, yeah, no,
I have to laugh at my dad because, and it's a compliment. My dad's like, he's just so smart. He's just, I don't think you kids did this. And I'm like, okay, Dad. I mean, he might be, my dad might be totally like, he started following his shadow while we were home. Mm-hmm. And like, I guess he did that for like 30 minutes. Like he'd like walk and like find it. My dad was like, I don't remember any of you kids doing that. I was like, I mean, maybe. But it's just interesting to watch grandparents, like, whether they have 5 grandkids, 1 grandkid, interact and find things that they still find really incredible. There's been a lot of new stuff happening with him. Mm-hmm. So, and they just got to experience a lot of that. He's in that phase where he's learning lots of words. So it's like you can give him a new word now and he'll do it.
Sure.
Where it doesn't, the learning curve to the word isn't as long. Mm-hmm. So they got to do that a lot. And then the shadow thing and just him having fun. Like he just had a lot of fun at my parents' house.
Yeah, like I know we're like we have other stuff to talk about. Like the last thing, like the really cool thing I think was that my mom got to take when the grandparents are around, like thousands of pictures get taken, right? Yeah. Like I don't know if it's the same for you guys because your grandparents have a million, but my parents were like every 5 seconds, like, oh, she's pooping, picture. Oh, she's moving her foot, picture. And so my mom and Thea took a selfie because my mom was and of course they call them selfies, which I'm just like, oh, that's so like 2005.
No, they're still called selfies, Chris.
Yeah, but it's not like, oh, let's take a selfie. Oh my God, it's a selfie. We're just gonna take a fucking picture of ourselves, whatever. Yeah. But like my mom took a selfie of Thea and herself, and so Thea's the ham that she is when it comes to pictures, like gee, and oh my God, like it was like it could have been my mom 30 a lot of years ago. How fucking old my mom is. Don't your mom's age. I actually know my mom just turned an age, but that's the point. That's not the point. 30 years ago my mom is 32 years old, just so you know. She's the same age as me. I don't know how that shit worked, but
science.
Anyway, it was the most amazing picture where they look almost exactly alike. It's cool. So beautiful. And, nice. And it's a really like happy picture where they're both smiling and enjoying each other's company.
Boys.
But another thing happened over like since we recorded last. Yeah. Something that like you're right. I hadn't even thought about it. We should talk about it. Our kids had their first like birthday party for a friend, like their first friend,
a classmate birthday party.
Yeah, where like they go and like they fucking have to learn to socialize with people.
Yeah. So first of all, I have to be completely honest with this. I did not want to go.
I was so looking forward to it, but I was terrified.
I that's good. You're a better parent than me. I've come to the conclusion I am that parent where like I'm fine once I get there, but everything leading up to it, I was like, I don't want to interact with everybody. I don't want to I just didn't want to go. I was like, it's fucking Sunday. I want to be home.
Oh, I wanted to watch the Bears game.
So it
turns out I didn't want to watch the Bears game. But
well, that's a whole other thing. But it's funny. I think if the Bears weren't on, I'd still be that way. I think that is just. I'm just that person.
Like I was really looking forward to seeing, because I never get to see Thea with her friends.
Yeah.
Because I don't pick them up, I don't take them in, so I never see that. So I was really looking forward to that, and my fear was like, shit, I'm gonna be especially as like the teacher/director's husband, I'm gonna be expected to like be sociable and then like be good at this shit.
Oh, no one gives a fuck because it's a party.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's not school. It doesn't matter anymore.
So like that's the thing, right? It's like I've never been like I never had birthday parties for myself. I never went to a lot of birthday parties because I didn't have a lot of friends.
Yeah,
and they didn't have parties, and so I didn't know what to expect at all.
Yeah.
So when we went, I was terrified. I was like, I'm really looking forward to seeing Thea. I'm really excited that this is happening. And I'm hopeful that we'll make friends and have a thing come from this. But I also realize that I'm an awkward social person, and I am terrified that I'm going to like embarrass my daughter, myself, my wife, my friends, like just the nation in general. So unlike you, like I wasn't unhappy about going. I was unhappy about like how I was going to ruin everybody's life once I got there.
Yeah, my whole thing is actually this is where I'm going with this. My thing was I'm like. I just figured from being around kids, like I was just gonna have to trail him the whole time, and he didn't nap. So I was like,
sure.
we are moving into like full on hellish meltdown. But it ended up being way better than that, because ultimately, like, and I kind of see this at daycare, like my kid doesn't give a fuck. He's like, what's up, you? He just played with the other kids.
He was a rock star.
Like there was no like the warm up phase to get him into playing was about 5 minutes, and then once that happened, he was fine. Yeah. Which finally put to bed any of my autism fears 100%, because because he has no like it was nice. It's just one of those things where once they started like doing stuff, he was fine. And like once Thea got there, especially, and Abby, and just the kids that he interacts with.
Yeah, that was fun to see. Like, because they all kind of like, even though there were a million kids around, they still kind of found their friend group and still played together.
They're still doing, I think Aaron calls it, all of them still parallel play. Thea does it a little bit more, but she's also the oldest of the group of them.
Right.
But it was still interesting to watch them interact. And so it was nice because I kind of got to sit back and not have to like worry about my kid in the way that I thought I was going to.
As far as the party goes, though, I thought like thinking as I'm starting to think about what parties are going to be like for my kid, like, oh my God, that was the dream.
Yeah, that's a lot of money though.
It was a lot of. So I was thinking about this, like assuming you want to have a birthday party with other people, right? So what they did was they went to a play place. It was a place called My Gym, which I guess there's lots of different versions of this, but essentially it's like an indoor gymnasium where like it's basically a playground for kids that's indoors and has all this like soft cover, like safe play toys. For an hour and a half. And they have structured games, and then they get to run around and play, and they'll have a structured thing, and then they'll run around and play.
It was brilliant. I was like, this is awesome.
And then like an hour and like 15 minutes into it, like, okay, here's the pizza. And then they like march the kids to the outer edge of like the gate to sit down at a bench to eat pizza. Then after they eat the pizza, they leave. And I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. Because after an hour and a half, there's no like awkward sitting around while the parents socialize with you. It's like, okay, I can't kick you out of my house because that's rude, but will you please go the fuck away? And it's like, you just have to leave because the place has to close. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking perfect. Like not having that awkward, you're sitting around my house for an hour, like, because it's like, it's my house and I am obviously staying.
Because none of the parents want to interact. And I mean, the thing that was great, and like I always felt bad, like Miles made it all through until the pizza part when like the fun stopped. And then he was like, all right, I'm done. And then we had to leave because he doesn't eat pizza or cake.
Right.
So
he doesn't eat pizza?
No. Dude, he eats I'm gonna laundry list what my son eats. This is a point of annoyance. He'll eat bread that I make now. He won't eat any other fucking bread. It is. but only bread that I make.
Hey, who gives a shit? He eats your bread.
He does. But it means if I don't make it and he wants bread, we're fucked.
Yeah, but you always have bread.
I don't know. There's always a day. There's always a gap day. He'll eat yogurt melts. He'll eat peanut butter crackers.
Okay.
He'll eat yogurt. He will eat chicken nuggets.
Okay. Okay. Yep. This is good audio.
Apples.
Hold
on. This is a lot of me thinking. What
about Pax? He eats Pax.
He eats Pax, but he's eating less of those now.
Oh, well, that's good.
It is, but then he's just not eating.
Well, that's a problem.
That's it. He used to eat SpaghettiOs, stopped eating SpaghettiOs. Used to eat eggs, stopped eating eggs. And now he just won't. Like, you're just like, I don't know what the fuck to do. It is so frustrating. She's like, you have to eat food.
Right.
He won't drink milk because I took that sippy cup away, and he is still on a milk hiatus.
That sucks.
Yeah. So no pizza. No, fuck. Why would you want to eat pizza like a normal kid or cake?
He'll get there.
He might just not like sweets. I've just come to the conclusion he just might not.
Well, he might not like sweets, but he will eventually get to more foods.
Yeah.
Even I ate more than those 5 things.
Yeah. Oh no, and I know that it's just him being a kid, and like, it's like, what do you do? It's back to the food thing. Do you like just not feed him till he fucking eats it, or do you just like keep giving him chicken nuggets?
I mean, chicken nugs.
Yeah,
I've got Thea calling him chicken nugs. Oh my god, it's the best thing in the world.
Nuggies.
I've been trying to get Thea off of the ease thing because she's like, uppy, nuggy. Nope. Sorry, kid. Like, there are things in this world that you can do and there are things you cannot. And like, you need to get off the ease.
Like, they don't bother me at all.
That's fine. I'm just like, no. So now I've got her into saying into saying even dumber things like chicken nugs. It's so good.
Nice.
I want nugs. It's so stupid.
It's all you would hear it all day if you had my kid.
Oh yeah.
Nugs. But then like he'll ask you, be like, he'll go, "Can I have nuggies, please?" And if you don't have them, then he'll start going, "Nuggies," and like he makes this weird purse thing with his mouth where he like sticks his lips out and goes, "Nuggies."
That's good.
And then you're like, "Oh, you pissed now, friend."
I like it.
So how was Thea at the birthday party? What was your experience outside the parental experience?
I enjoyed it. Like Thea had a rough, like she's a shy kid. Like we're like after like we talked, you and I have talked, and like so I found out apparently like with both of us having some anxiety issues, there's like a 90-something% chance she's gonna have anxiety.
Yeah, it's like
issues.
the ADHD thing.
So like as I would have done in her situation, when it came to like the Showtime thing and all the like the kids coming around for like the party, like the dance show or whatever.
Miles is like golden hour.
Oh yeah, when Miles took center stage, I was like, "Watch out, ladies! I'm getting it."
That's kind of what it was.
It was awesome. Yeah, because it was him. It was like 8 girls around. Oh man, he's in for it.
He's got abs.
He does. He's got all muscle. He is like abs. A mound of muscle. But Thea just kind of sat on the edge and like snuggled with us, which I didn't mind the snuggle, but I felt bad when it was like, and some of her other friends were there too from like the days before the all the older kids graduated up to kindergarten.
Yeah.
And so like one of the girls was trying to encourage her to come join them, and I felt bad that Thea didn't go, but like she eventually sat between the circle and me, and I settled for that. I was like, okay, that's a step in the right direction. That's good. She didn't get totally involved with all the activities, but she did it.
Yeah.
And so she got to play with all the other kids, and I enjoyed that. And then I didn't socialize with a lot of people, but I did socialize with another set of parents that I've gotten to know from Thea's school.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the parents that you're thinking of.
Snotty kid parent.
Well, is she really snotty?
The redhead.
Yeah. I don't know what happens at school very well.
She's snotty all the time. She also steps on my feet all the time. She loves
all the kids. She
loves Miles, but she'll see me. She runs up, she looks at me, and she steps on my feet, and she goes away, and she comes back and steps on my feet.
That's so
good. And then
hugs
my kid. Yeah, no, I call her the foot stepper. I like her, but she's the foot stepper.
So I got to chat with them for a while, and that was good.
Nice.
And as we were as the kids were eating pizza and everything, yeah, that was weird. As the kids were eating pizza and everything, I got to kind of chat with them and I interact with some other kids. Yeah. I got to talk with the mother of the birthday girl.
Yeah, so do we. She actually works in the same field that Sarah does, which I did not realize. And her name.
She worked in the same field as Aaron does. No, that was another parent.
She's events.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which we are talking about.
That.
I know she does corporate events. So yeah, it was. I enjoyed it.
It was good. It was good. It was something that was like having looked up admittedly what the cost was afterwards, or actually before. Oh, I did.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Well, because it was so good. I was like, okay, what I'll say is it's crazy expensive, but when you start to think about it, like all of those pieces put together, like to throw your own kind of party, like you have to reserve space in a park, you have to get the stuff, you have to bring it all together, you have to get the goodie bag, you have to buy the pizza. It's not that much more expensive. I mean, and then you don't have people who have to you don't have to kick anybody out of your house.
Listen, for me, I think it's probably worth it. If you're going to do a group birthday party, which I think it's probably worth it. To be honest.
Think so too.
Just to be honest, because it's so structured and you as a parent kind of get to
right.
Just, and if your kid enjoys it, then it's definitely worth it. If your kid doesn't
when it comes to our birthday parties, we can start talking numbers and stuff if we want to, but I feel bad knowing what this family spent. I don't want to say what they spent, but I'll say I think it's one of those things where I don't know if we'll consider it this year, but we might consider it in the near year, in the upcoming years.
I was surprised they did it at that age to invite all the kids, but the kids
I think it's smart. If you can afford it, it's smart.
Yeah, the kids had fun. I mean, they had
I just don't know that many kids, right?
Well, you just invite the school. I mean, that's
a lot. They did, and a lot of the kids didn't show up.
Yeah, and a lot of the people were people that she worked with because we were talking about it afterwards. Okay. Listen. Yeah, it's a great idea. It was a lot of fun with the kids too. That's great. Like, all right, it was a cool
wonderful.
Party.
Absolutely. So we're already kind of running up against it. I guess we're not doing too bad. So we don't have any emails, but as usual, sorry, I have to kind of go through shit. What do we do now? It's been a month. We don't have any emails this week, or this month. So if you want to send us any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about, new year, new ideas, we're changing up the format. We'd love to hear from you. You can send them to emails at twodumbdads.com. That's emails at the number 2dumbdads.com. Usually this is where we have Big-tastic Ballyhoo, but for 2019, we've decided we're going to kind of lay it to rest. It's been a great run. It's been a good thing. It's America's favorite segment.
Pulling out my homies.
So we're gonna do one ceremonial final Big-tastic. But in the future, if you want to follow along with what Nick's baking, check out the Two Dumb Dads Instagram page. He's gonna keep posting those pictures, keep letting you know. Who knows? Maybe if you beg him, he'll even give you a recipe or two.
Fuck no.
You don't. They won't have your sourdough starter, so it's not
my sourdough. Oh, I didn't tell you that story.
That might be. Oh well, this is the segment. I know, this is the grand farewell to Big-tastic is going to be the grand farewell to Nick's sourdough starter. Apparently,
you don't know how aptly true that is.
Oh my god, did you really? Okay, go ahead, tell the story.
So I brought my sourdough starter home for Christmas to make bread for my family, and it survived. No, it survived the trip, and I made bread for my family, and I put it survived. It's doing great, and I put it in my brother and sister-in-law's fridge, and on Christmas, my 11-year-old nephew who so there's a saying with my 11-year-old nephew called everyday Daniel problems because he just does I love him, but sometimes he's a little boy. He just doesn't think sometimes.
And he's a kid.
Yeah, he's just a kid, but he's like a kid. If
sure.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And so his mom asked him to do something. I'm helping peel potatoes, and he didn't want to move the glass jars, so he reached behind it, and it fell out of the fridge and shattered.
Wait, why are you keeping this thing? Oh, wait, does it have to be in a glass jar?
It has to be refrigerated in a jar. And so
can you get a giant mason jar?
That's what he broke.
Those things don't break. How did you break a mason jar? Did he slam it with a sledgehammer?
It's my brother and sister have a granite floor in their kitchen. And because it's cold, the cold put the glass shattered. So my sourdough starter was destroyed.
I prefer this image of him accidentally knocking it out of the fridge and then accidentally picking up a hammer and smashing it. I don't know how it happened. It just this hammer broke. I didn't think it would break with a hammer.
That's kind of what happened because a kid when kids do something, they're just like, "Oh, I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry." And
I'm conducting an experiment. I don't know how heavy a thing will break this. Let's find out.
I don't know what happens by pulse. And but I felt really bad because I was so mad. I was so mad, and all I was trying to do is contain and understand this is your nephew and you love him and he's 11 and it's Christmas and he's just it's just all the things, but in the same token I was so mad. And then
this is 2 years of my life that he just ruined.
That's and it takes months to make this shit. And so It breaks. I'm like, it's fine. I'll make another one. And like, I had just split it off for Sarah's coworker, so I did get it back because she split it off again for me. So I got my starter back. But in the meantime, I was like, I hope they kept it alive. But I was like, it's fine. And then I had taken the rolls I made for Christmas, the Kaiser rolls, and I put them outside to make room because it's cold. And as this is all happening, and I'm trying to like contain my emotions,
and the birds came and took away. Oh my god!
I look out, and the dogs are outside.
This is too good.
The dogs are outside, so I look out on the deck. My brother has this big deck that spans his house, and I see this big ass dog who's awesome. Like I see him like. Nom nom nom. Like, and he's only taken out like 3 of the like 2 dozen rolls I made. But I was so mad at that point that I see him and I'm like, his dog's name is Murray. I was like, Murray, no. And I walk out and I like grab the rolls and I walk in the kitchen. And I'm like, I'm done. And I just fucking walk away. And Sarah,
I need this dog's head. This dog's head is coming home with me.
I was so mad, and like I didn't talk. I went back to brother when all of a sudden I was like, sorry, I got upset, and I could just tell that my brother's fucking pissed at me for getting pissed at the dog, but I'm actually pissed at Daniel over. My brother's probably just like, it's a fucking sourdough starter, and Sarah's like, took him like 6 months to make. And
I love it. Sarah's at your defense. Like, no, fuck you. Don't fuck with my husband.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, and it ended up being,
I got you, son.
It ended up being totally fine. I was still there. I was like, I need a minute. I just need a minute. Fucking dogs eat my rolls.
Oh my god.
And so I was like, I should take a shower. And I took a shower and that was fine. And
this is too good.
Oh man. And I was so like, and it's the holidays. So your whole family's there and you just have like the stress. And I love my family, but I was just stressed by family. And not even my brother and sister-in-law, just my parents. And like, because you know, it's just family. Like I got so I look at my dad. This is what started. And my dad, like, my wife's like, put the dogs outside for Christmas. And my dad's like, oh, can't put the dogs outside. And my dad loved him to death. Sometimes I think like he loves his dog more than people, which he does a little bit. And so I looked at my dad and I go, Dad, here's the hierarchy. Your grandson, people, your dog, then me. But your dog's under your grandson. Like half joking, half not. And so I was already on edge from like, you know, dogs and people and trying to like help get dinner made and help my brother and my sister-in-law. And then that all happened. I was like, fuck this.
Oh man. Where was this shit when we were talking about the holidays?
I just remembered it.
This is what I need.
I just didn't remember until you
said. Not all the happy and joy. Oh, yeah. Where's the shit about the dogs eating your rolls and your dad taking the dog side?
Oh man. And so I like it said, and then like at the end of it all, like I walk out, look at my brother, and I'm like, sorry, I got upset.
All right, we have to record this story for another 3 hours. Fuck the first half of this thing.
I was like, man, I'm so sorry I got upset. He's like, it's fine. And it all ended fine, but I just
I don't believe that. It's fine. Nah, your dad didn't say it was fine. He got grumpy and he raged.
He had a great. I don't think he even.
Really?
I didn't think he even got the context of what I was saying because it was half joking. Because it's me giving shit to my dad.
Sure.
I was more apologizing to my brother for like getting mad over the rolls and the sourdough thing, knowing that like at the end of the day,
I love that your entire family got upset at you for getting pissed at a dog and not for their kids.
No. Oh yeah, totally. Because again,
I know you kind of threw a brick at my son, but did you really have to yell at the dog?
But it's like hierarchy, right? Like kids, sourdough starter. And like I saw that shit fall in slow motion. I was like, no. And then I cool off because like it's a fucking sourdough starter and I can just make another one.
I mean, no, fuck you. Don't get you mad at the kid. But like the dog, go yell at the fucking dog. It's a dog.
But even then, it was my fault for putting the fucking rolls on a table the dog could get at because I think about like my dog who's 30 pounds. Their dog's like 90 pounds and huge.
Oh, because they have a fucking bulldog or whatever it is.
They have a boxer Rhodesian Ridgeback mix. So.
That's the worst dog for that family in the world.
It's a great dog.
I'm sure it's a loving dog, but it feels like that's a dog that wants to like go run a marathon with you.
They take it out to its field and let him run. They
have a field?
Yeah, by their house. They have a cool.
Like a yard, like a park type.
Yeah, like a big.
They're in the Midwest. They have space. They have
space. So it's one of those things where like I was mad because like all I could think was like, oh, that took so long to make, and then the dog ate the roll, and those took so long to make, and then I was just mad, and then I felt bad because I was like mad. I knew I probably upset my brother and my sister-in-law, and I felt bad because we were at their house for so long. It's like, I'm sorry, I got mad, guys. Oh man, this
has been a triumphant finale to the big-tastic ballyhoo. Oh man,
but I did bake some cool ass bread. I made like you got one of the breads. I made Aaron bread because I knew they were having a hard time.
Oh yeah, we made bread too.
Yeah, I made a raspberry croissant bread that I gave to your wife that she didn't eat that I think you ate.
Oh yeah, that shit was good.
I know.
That was my favorite bread you've made.
That's my shit.
That was the best thing you've ever made. I look forward to it. That was the first bread that I was like, No, yeah, you could totally sell this regularly at a bakery.
My shit.
Like, this is something I can see people regularly coming to you to buy from you.
I also love that the first bread I make that you think that is the sweetest bread that I've made.
Well, look, man, turns out people go to bakeries for sweet things.
Some people just go for bread, dude.
Yeah, like a handful. And most of them buy it at Whole Foods.
That bread sucks.
Say what you will, it's cheaper than buying like 10. Why the fuck are we arguing about this on our podcast right now?
Because where else would we argue about it at?
So with that, if again, if you want to follow along with Nick's Bigtastic Ballyhoo, feel free to follow us on Instagram. That's Nick is going to continue baking. He's going to continue baking, taking pictures of it, and I'm confident he'll continue posting them on the Two Dumb Dads Instagram page. With that being said, though, that's going to bring us to recommendations. And I don't know about you, but I found like a million recommendations this break.
Then did you forget all of them? Because that's what I did.
No, the first one I remember because we started talking about it. And so I'll go ahead and start off so you can try and remember.
Okay.
So my recommendation comes from my mother getting my daughter addicted to video games.
Okay.
And to be clear, my wife technically started it.
Okay.
My wife has a habit of like when she comes home, she plops on the couch and like if she doesn't have to be actively taking care of our daughter, she's playing whatever like gotcha phone game that she has.
Like a Candy Crush or whatever.
A Candy Crush. I think she's sure.
Yeah.
Let's just say yes. Whatever that shit is. And so she got interested in that, and then she became obsessed when my mom started encouraging her to play hers, which for the record, if anybody has noticed on the Two Dumb Dads page, my mother is the one who first said, don't you let those kids play video games because they're gonna get addicted. Oh
yeah, but this probably isn't the video game she's thinking about.
Oh no, it's different because they're not it's educational. It wasn't educational. It was like Phalanx, which is like one of those pogo games where like you drop the match clothes. Point is, I decided that as the video game addict, as the video game aficionado, I was not going to be the only person not playing games with my daughter.
Yeah.
And so I downloaded an awesome kind of point and click adventure style game off of Steam on the computer to play with her. It's called Chuchel. It is, I assume it's called Chuchel. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce this word. It's Chuchel, I believe. It is so cool. It is like you are this little kind of furry ball and you just want to get this cherry. And there is a little mouse fella that follows along with you who also wants to get the cherry. And essentially each screen is this little puzzle of like the cherry is being kept from you in some weird way. Like maybe it's up in a tree. Maybe it's like on top of this weird head monster. And you're just clicking on things to try and figure out how you're going to get the cherry. But it never works the way you expect it to. So like maybe you like click on the head monster and it's like, okay, ask him. Like there's a little talk button. Like there's like, you can talk to him or you can like jump on him. It's like, okay, let's talk to him. Let's see what happens. So you click to talk to him and you talk to him. And its head opens up like a cookie jar and out jumps like this party of other smaller monsters. And they have a little dance party and the cherry stays on top.
Nice.
Okay, well, that didn't work.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, well, let's try jumping on him. And so you jump on top of him and you fall through like the blowhole style hole in its head. And like you come out of its like of the backside, you come out of its butthole.
Yeah.
And so like it's just like this like little puzzle game of like, okay, let's click on fucking everything until something works. And each time another funny thing happens until you finally figure it out. It is so cute. It is so funny. The art style is kind of surrealistic. And it's great. And Thea loves it. So I actually bought this just to share with her. And like every now and then I'm like, hey Thea, do you want to find do you want to find the cherry? She's like, yeah. She'll come onto my lap and we'll open up the game and we'll just like play one of these puzzles and we'll just click on everything. And sometimes they're wildly inappropriate for Thea.
Nice.
Like maybe not wildly is maybe the wrong word, but they're kind of inappropriate. Like maybe they're like farting out, like you're getting like consumed and then you get pooped out or something.
Yeah.
But either way, it's this really funny thing. And like, she doesn't understand the humor, but she enjoys like the idea of like, she gets to choose what we click on and then I'll click on it. And like, she gets agency over, like she's getting to make the decisions and it's fun. It's a good time. And, so yeah, I want to recommend Chuchel for kids.
Nice.
Probably kids older than Thea, but fuck it, I'm doing it with Thea.
I think that's fine.
How about you?
So as always, I have 2 things I have to recommend because so one of them really quickly. One's a show, one's a book.
Okay.
There's a show on Netflix called Salt, Acid.
Sure.
Yes. Sorry. Salt, Acid.
You should know this, Nick.
Fat and Heat. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Or fat.
Oh,
salt, acid,
that
heat.
one. Okay,
yeah.
I was thinking there was another one about baking. But yeah,
incredible. It's really all about cooking, but the host is just really dynamic to watch, and her love of food, and like if you just like exploring that, it's a really great show. It's just a good, easy watch. It's only like 6 episodes, and then you're done.
Mm-hmm.
So I recommend going to watch that. The book's
lots of subtitles.
Yeah,
which is the reason why I've only made it through like an episode or two. Like I just got tired of like I like to watch things while I'm doing other things. It's like I have to pay attention.
And I've gotten out of that where if I watch something, I'm just watching it now. It just makes me watch less. But
that's good.
I really liked it. I just really liked her, and I've started reading her book, which is good. And the other thing is, I finished a book that I recommended a long time ago, which is a 3-book series, which is the 5th season. It's called The Broken Earth. The Broken Earth season, and I finished that book. It's amazing.
Wait, it's a 3-book of a 5th season.
So the name of the books are it's the Broken Earth series. The first book was the 5th season. I'm on the 2nd book now. It is the most engaging book I've read in a long time, and you know that reading is hard for me. So
I am so confused still.
So it's a series.
Okay,
there's 3 books in the series.
Okay,
I finished the first one. The name of the first book is The 5th Season.
Oh, that's the name of the book. Yeah. I thought you were like,
no.
So there's a series and there's 5 seasons, and I'm on the 3rd book, which is I'm so like. So are you saying like the 3rd book has 5 seasons? Or like there's 5 seasons and this season has 3 books, or like what the fuck?
It's
okay. I'm clear now.
It's the last book that I read that quickly. Like once I got into it and got moving, I basically started reading it, dropped off, and then finished it in like 2 days. Okay. That's incredible for me. Was the Hunger Games books, because I was like, these are amazing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed those. Yeah.
And so, but reading's hard for me because
let me write that down for a recommendation eventually.
What's that? Sorry. Yeah, Hunger Games. It's great. I highly recommend it. The 2nd book is so far started off just as good as the first.
Cool.
And it's a new fantasy novel. And there's other like social reasons to read it too. So I re-recommend the 5th season or the Broken Earth series.
Okay, cool.
And Salt and Fat, Salt, Acid, Heat.
All right, awesome. So I guess that's going to do it for us for this week.
Yep.
As usual, you can find me at Chris Mossigan on Twitter and at Rampant55 on Twitch.
There you go.
That's what I say here. And then you, I think, say...
You can find me at N.Westemeyer on Twitter. You can find me at N.Westemeyer on Instagram. You can find me since I do our Instagram, at 2dumbdads on Instagram. You can do that.
And then I say you can find us at 2dumbdads.com, where you can do number 2 or the word 2 because we own both because we're rich, y'all.
Making it rain.
And then
you making that carrot now though.
And then and let me see. And then I think we say
you can find us at Twitter at 2dumbdads, 2_dumbdads.
Oh, I think that's what you say. And so I guess then it's until next time. Be well.